This is an amazing story. The NFL, it says here, and a story today in the Los Angeles Times by Sam Farmer, concerns some players might celebrate touchdowns, first downs, great catches in the NFL or big plays by flashing hand signals of street gangs. The NFL has hired experts who will look over game tapes and identify the gestures.
That's awesome.
There are some things there are some suspected things we've seen, says Milt Alaric. He's the vice president of security of the NFL. When we see it, we quietly jump on it immediately, directly with the team and the player or employee involved, to cease and desist, period. I like with the directly with the team and the player or employee involved, like it's the ball boy.
Yeah, ball boy's like, yeah, we scored. Let's go. I don't think so.
It's the down marker.
Could you imagine they start throwing up TYT signs? They're like, TYT. You're like, what is that? We haven't heard of that gang before. Hey, if you don't know, you better ask somebody.
They've been concerned about the influence of gangs and other forms of organized crime. Things have intensified. They've been doing it for some time, but it intensified when in 2007 with the murder of Denver Broncos cornerback Darren Williams, who was murdered in a car and by people with known gang connections.
Right, and of course Paul Pierce in the playoffs, in this last set of playoffs when they were playing the Atlanta Hawks, went by the Hawks bench and threw up a gang sign, and so that became huge news. Correct me if I'm wrong, they're not actually in gangs, and it doesn't really mean anything. They're just trying to be hard when they're not. In fact, in that story in the LA Times, Marcellus Wiley, who used to be in the NFL, is he still in the NFL?
No.
It says, yeah, look, we're not actually hard. So we come out here and we want to celebrate and seem hard, when in fact, if you got into that lifestyle, it's disastrous. And nobody wants to be in that.
He says a lot of guys, when they get into the league, they aren't actually throwing up gang signs as if they're still active gang members or were even gang members. But it's just like Reggie Bush wearing area code 619 under his eyes. It's just kind of to symbolize where you came from. Reggie Bush, of course, from San Diego with that area code. Wiley says an athlete...
Are there gangs in San Diego?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Really?
There are gangs everywhere. We're allowed an opportunity to make it as far as we could without being approached by that lifestyle, that violence, all the stuff that went on in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Do you know what San Diego means? It turns out it means whale's vagina.
I think it means...
Saint Diego.
Saint Diego. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's whale's vagina.
No, it's Saint Diego.
All right. If you say so. When in Rome.
You can't finish it.
I know. That's all I had. That's all I had left.
It says agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. That's all you needed. Yeah.
Stay classy, San Diego. All right. Anyway.
Paul
baseball, by the way, this affects baseball, too, a little bit, right? But in baseball, who can tell? They're like, right? Which one's the gang sign? They're going to be looking at tapes all day long.
Yeah, there's no gang signs in baseball. What I like about Paul is David Stern, the NBA commissioner, said at the time there were two menacing gestures and so Stern cracked down, right away with the Paul Pierce thing. Paul Pierce is from Inglewood. But I don't know. I don't think he had any gang connection. I don't know.
I don't think so.
He was too busy. I mean, look at the story of Paul Pierce is that he was always too busy playing ball. By the way, real quick, the thing I like best about this, there are a lot of things I like in the story, but one of them was that in the writer of the article, Sam Farmer, contacted the NHL.
Come on. Yeah. Get beyond it.
Yeah.